and on those, contact municipalities in Newfoundland and Labrador. All the information is there. All righty. Correspondence. Committees of Council, Planning, Land Use Development. Ooh, this is Mayor Tapper. Deputy Mayor Tapper, or Deputy Mayor Tapper, sorry. Over to you, Deputy Mayor.
Okay, our first one is a 16 Weather Station Road, an application for a home-based office. And there will be nothing on site except, it's a contracting company with nothing on site except for 2 full-time employees. And we recommend that we discuss the application, and we made the following motion. Motion to conditionally approve application VR 2025-013 for the operation of a home-based office in association with the contracting company at 16 Weather Station Road in accordance with regulations 33 and 90 of the Torbay Development Regulations 2015-2025 pertaining to discretionary uses and development being subject to meeting standard conditions for the operation of home offices in Torbay and outlined in the attached report. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? Oh, okay. All right. Any comments on this one? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. It's all right. Okay, carry on.
Okay, the next one is at 125
Mr. Mayor?
North Pound.
I'm going to declare myself in a conflict of interest on this one. I have family members who are in the busing industry.
Okay.
You just need to sit in the gallery.
Okay.
Sorry, Karen.
125 North Pond Road, recommendation for an order, residence medium density land use zone. There's a commercial vehicle parked on a vacant lot there. The committee reviewed the report regarding the complaints received on the parking of a school bus on the vacant building lot. And we have tried to talk to the persons and to remove the commercial vehicle, and a background report is provided. Recommendation from our committee, based on the matter of not having been addressed by the property owner, the committee recommends proceeding with the issuance of an order to require the removal of the commercial vehicle off the property. Therefore, the following motion is being tabled. Motion to issue an order to the property owner of 125 North Pond Road to remove all commercial vehicles, school bus, off the property in accordance with requirements of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000 and the Towns and Local Services District Act 2023, and the Torbay Development Regulations 2015 to 2025. More specifically, Schedule A definitions and regulations 6, 7, 8, 89, and 90, and the RMD land use zone table. One moment now. We make the motion to I'm missing here.
You read the motion.
Yeah, just say.
Sorry, so moved. My apologies.
Second.
And seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. All right, Councilor Martin, come back to your seat now. Okay, Deputy Mayor.
Okay, the next one, amendments to the Torbay Public Notification Policy for Housing Accelerated Funding and the Housing Initiative. In accordance with, just moving along to the recommendations, the committee discussed proposed changes to the town's public notification policy, originally adopted on May 11, 2020, and noted that the public consultation process should always be conducted in a meaningful and transparent manner, as it always has been. The proposed changes are intended to be adopted under both the provincial acts and to remove some potential barriers to accelerate the permitting process under the HAF program while keeping the process open, transparent, and meaningful. Motion to approve process amendments to the town's existing public notification policy as tabled and attached to this report in accordance with our new Towns and Local Service District Act 2023, amended Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000, and the town's HAF funding requirements. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments?
Yeah, this is just, if you go to the information that's there's changes in the way we're gonna notify folks around our, some amendments and discretionary uses. So the regulation amendments, and in our policy, they weren't referenced originally in our policy, they were in the Municipal Planning Act, so we're just putting them into our policy now at the present time. That's one change. Discretionary use and non-conforming use applications, they're already referenced in the town policy. The big change is that we won't be subjecting them to be advertised in the newspaper. Obviously, the newspaper is, in our town anyways, it's once a month and quite often delays things by up to 4 weeks if it just misses that deadline actually. And then the variance, once again, the newspaper reversement and 150-meter radius no longer required. Going to add a physical posting, hand delivery or leaflet in case of a postal strike or something on those lines. And postal mail out, drop the properties immediately abounding and across from subject properties. So just trying to streamline some of the wait times that some of the quick approvals take anyway. So we're just trying to write that into the policy.
Great.
The big thing is the newspaper.
And they're also still included on all of our social media too, right?
Yep.
Okay. Any other comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Everywhere?
And the town has an application for a proposed two-car garage to be on a residential property where the permit, as is now, could only be based on a one-car garage. The town has been dealing with a number of those applications, and a request was made to review our municipal plans and regulations and accessory buildings. This was the last reviewed 7 years ago, and the recommendation by this committee to review and submit a table and discuss the proposal, the proposed amendment to accessory buildings development standards and for the residential properties in Torbay. So the motion is to proceed with the public consultation process for a proposed text amendment for the Torbay Development Regulations 2015 to 2025. More specifically, the amendment to the RI, RMD, and RLL and mixed land use zone tables to update to maximum lot coverage and maximum height requirements for accessory buildings as tabled in accordance with the Urban and Rural Planning Act. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
And the next one is the motion to accept the Torbay 2025 permit listings for weeks ending December 3rd, 2025 as tabled. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
This one's what I like.
And the next one is a recommendation by our committee. The department recommends that the order be rescinded for the current property owner at 1 to 11 Quarry Road, and a timeline of until the end of January 2026 be included in the compliance letter for the cleanup of the property. In addition to a $3,500 refundable security deposit, should the new owners not have the site completely cleaned up by January 31st, 2026, a new order will be issued. Therefore, it's recommended that the motion to revoke the order issued July 10th, 2025 against the property owner at 1 to 11 Quarry Road for the required yard cleanup in light of a written commitment received by the prospective purchaser of the property to clean up the property by the end of January 2026, and to submit a $3,500 refundable deposit as a security. Based on the written commitment by the purchaser, the July 10th, 2025 order against 1 Quarry Road is hereby revoked in accordance with Section 102, Paragraph 3 of the Urban and Rural Planning Act 2000 and Section 285, Paragraph 3 of the Towns and Local Service District Act 2023. So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, comment.
Just want to say, this is, as the motion says, is in relation to the sale of property. Existing order just kind of complicated that issue. We're not losing sight of the fact that it needs to be cleaned up. It's just that in order, if it sells, it'll make it much more easier to have everything done, taxes collected and clean up. So we're in favor of moving it at this point in time.
Okay, sounds good. Any other comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
That's it for me, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. Admin and Human Resources, Council Doss.
Thank you. We met on December 1st, and we are very happy to announce that the seasonal heavy equipment operators have all been hired. Good thing. We've been pretty busy this last week. The people that were hired are Paul Mahoney, Jordan Cross, Danny Kavanaugh, Robert Mitchell, and Christian Kennedy, Michael Barron, and Nicholas Horwit. We hope they all stay safe this winter, and we hope that they're not as busy as they have been this week. We're also pleased to announce that Katie Butler has been accepted a full-time position within our Recreation and Community Services Department in the role of Recreational Services Representative. She holds a kinesiology degree from MUN, and her course curriculum was heavily focused in the recreation programs and community sector. So we're very happy that she's with us now. We've also want to welcome back some of, or the transition into the part-time casual employment within our Recreation and Community Services Department. There's Julia Peddle, Josh Parsons, Alex Maynard, Ryan Tapper, Anna, I don't know how to take a stab at that one.
No, it's Scout Steve.
There we go. Sorry. Logan Slaney, Sam Goss, Jillian Clark, and Ryan Scott. We're very excited to have them back with us. The payroll leave and automation program is finally complete. All town employees have now been transitioned onto this program. And we want to give a big thank you to Roxanne Waterman, David Pine, within our Corporate Services Department for their hard work on this and getting this done, and for all the staff in participating. We don't have any motions, and our next meeting is January 12th.
All right, excellent, thank you. Moving on. Corporate Services, Councilor Pollard.
Thank you, Your Worship. We did meet again, as everybody knows. We were heavily tied up in the budgets over the past number of weeks and still continue to be. Hopefully, we're at the end of it now. There's two payrolls there. One's for the 11/6/2025 to 11/19/2025, on 130,485, and then the next payroll after that to the 3rd of December was 123,456. The check register is there if anybody has any questions on it, and there are two motions, actually three motions now. The first one is for invoices over $5,000. The first invoice is from Eklund Ranger for the SCBA cylinder replacement in the amount of $15,761.90. Calibro Insurance for the recreation accident policy, in the amount of $10,800. Capital Ready Mix for winter sand in the amount of $40,732.95. CIBC Mellon for the November pension contributions in the amount of $31,499.40. There's two invoices here for Data Fix for the same amount for the vote view list management and online voter service that were used during the election, both in the amount of $5,031.25. Englobe Limited for the water modeling project 2025, $8,127.63. An invoice here to Holy Trinity Church and Parish for our share of the clearing of ice and control for the parking lot, $5,554.50. That's at History House. K&D Pratt sprinkler maintenance for the common in the amount of $5,002.50. Receiver General for payroll deductions November 16th to the 30th, amount of $34,733.50. Triware for a block of time prepaid support, the amount of $5,750. Wedgwood Cafe and Catering for the Snow Treasure celebrations, the amount of $5,807.50. WSP Canada for the North Pond water treatment, the amount of $5,957. And another one for the level options assessment in the amount of $18,400. All totaling $198,189.38. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Your Worship, I'm going to insert the other invoice for now. There's an invoice here from invoice number 141 from John Curran for the performance of the Christmas concert, and I assume that's the Janeway one,
Okay.
in the amount of $5,000. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The next motion relates to Holy Trinity High School and operates a breakfast program to ensure students begin the day with a nutritious meal. And there's been some correspondence going around lately about the need to contribute to food insecurity, and through the past week, I guess we all decided that we would make a contribution, and it was determined that it would be best for us to provide the contribution to Holy Trinity. So the council approved a motion of $2,000 to Holy Trinity High School to support its food security initiatives, with the funds to be allocated specifically toward the school's breakfast program and related urgent food insecurity needs. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? I think I will just comment on this briefly. I want to thank Angela Moyes for raising this issue. She did raise it last week on social media, and I reached out to her, and she got back to me, and we've been back and forth talking about the food insecurity issues at the high school. And because she was, as an individual, wasn't really a real opportunity for the town to provide her with any funds, so we were back and forth, and she recommended we go to the school. So we went to the school, talked to the principal there, and David had a good conversation with him about the challenges that they're facing at the high school in terms of food insecurity, particular work that Miss Moyes is doing. But what she's doing is separate from what the school does. They do have a breakfast program that they provide there that's costs about $25,000 a year to operate. They get about $15,000 in funding, and then they have to do fundraising for the rest. So through talking to him and making sure we were meeting with the spirit of the donation drive that Ms. Moyes started, that we would work directly with the school and donate them $2,000 towards their breakfast program and other food insecurity issues that may come up. I know they're very grateful. It's going to put a big good dent into the $10,000 they need to raise for the rest of the year to be able to continue to do that program. It's very important that in the school's opinion that students have something available for breakfast to be able to get them started in the day, and council agreed, and this is where this came from. So I just wanted to say thank you to her and for putting us on to this, and also thank you to all the people that have contributed to her ongoing fundraising. I know she's raised over $6,000 towards, and she's doing this on her own. It's a lot to take on yourself, you know, and you know, it's really great to see her do that. More power to her, and I just want to say thank you. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
So I'll report, Your Worship.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions? Okay. Economic Development, Tourism, History, and Culture, Councillor Whitten.
Thank you, Mayor. So we had our meeting on December 1st, and we were all there, myself and Karen and Carrie and Donna. We discussed a few things, filming in Torbay and in contact with Picture NL. So we're working with Picture NL to provide key photos of potential film locations along our coastlines, our buildings, quarries, and other potential locations and amenities. And we are developing a digital brochure and related info to upload to our website. So it's pretty exciting that Picture NL wants to come here and use our community as part of their backdrops for movies and things like that. The Bradbury Memorial Project, they're gonna reconvene early in the new year, and then they'll move forward with using the original design to make up a display inside the History House instead of being outside. Carrie and Donna, I believe, met with the cemetery committee, and they're gonna try and help them with a student for the upcoming summer season. The annex proposal, we've been provided additional and updated information to the provincial government. So the department has completed initial assessment of the proposal, and it will be sent to the next level for potential approval, which will be nice. It's exciting times. Our tourism signage, the final sign has been completed and installed at the Torbay Commons, so if you get a chance to have a look, they're beautiful signs. And that's the completion of that initiative. So they're at the History House, Torbay Beach, and now the Torbay Common. Our communications and marketing, the Christmas guide is now, it's distributed and posted on the website and social media. The Festival of Trees event, we actually were on NTV. Well, I wasn't, but the mayor and a few other people were on NTV Live, and it was lovely. So if you get a chance, drop on by. It's a lovely exhibit, which I haven't seen yet, but I will be there soon. And work has started on the winter guide, so keep your eyes open for that. Like I said, Festival of Trees with the History House has started. This event and other events at the History House would not enjoy the level of success they do without the volunteers, so shout out to the volunteers. And there was a major cleanup of the artifacts stored at an off-site storage facility, and they did a wonderful job getting that done. It was a lot of work, so thank you to all the History House staff for that. And I believe that is it. Our next meeting will be in the new year, and I'm not sure the date right now, but that is all for me.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions on any of that stuff? No? Infrastructure and Public Works, Councilor Martin.
Okay, my turn now.
Manny.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sorry.
So our committee met on December the 7th, myself, Councillor Martin and Director Winter. The minutes are included in the package. I'm going to provide a few brief updates, I guess, on a few projects that are ongoing. So, North Pond Water Treatment Plant project. We are currently in phase 1 with the pilot testing of best available technologies ongoing. The first proponent completed testing a week or so ago, and the second proponent is scheduled to begin in early January. As a result of the delays in the project, which we discussed at our meeting, an extension amendment request is required. So in discussion with TI and WSP, a date of June the 30th, 2028 will be presented. And the motion for that is motion to request an extension to the North Pond Water Treatment Plant project. Phase 1, 17-GI-23-00003. Phase 2, 17-GI-24-00018. And Phase 3, 17-MYCW-24-00030. The proposed completion date is now June the 30th, 2028. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, thank you. I'll go on to North Pond Water update. So the water levels continue to rise at North Pond. Thank you. Although the pond is now completely frozen over as of this morning, we are continuing with our plan to pump water from Waterways Pond into North Pond. Without this additional supply, we cannot guarantee a reliable water source throughout the winter months. So over the next few days, residents will notice work taking place near the rock cut, north of Indian Mill Line and the bypass road, as well as along the bypass road between Waterways Pond and North Pond. This work is expected to take a few weeks to complete, so please proceed through these areas with caution. Now, this past weekend, we experienced frazzle ice buildup around the intake screens. This occurred due to the high winds, cooler temperatures, combined with lower than normal water levels. But we believe this issue has now passed, with the pond having frozen over. But please note that the water ban and precautionary water boil order will remain in effect until North Pond reaches an acceptable water level. So please heed to that. We would like to thank the residents for their continued patience and support during this challenging time. We want to assure you that we are taking every necessary precaution to provide a safe and reliable water supply throughout the winter and beyond. Water pumping updates. So we have started fusing of the water pipe for the piping from Waterways to North Pond. And apparently it's going really well and expected to take a few weeks depending on the weather. So hopefully we'll see that all rolling out very shortly. I'll move on to the Canadian Community Building Fund, the gas tank projects for 2025. The committee discussed a request from a consultant for a change due to delay and change in the tender time for the project. There has been a slight increase, which is $810 plus HST. The committee, we have agreed to put forward a motion to accept this change order in order to keep this moving along. So, motion to approve change order number 002 for the Torbay Roads project number TOT-RP01-2025 in the amount of $810 plus tax. So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
Was it our delay?
Yes, because there was a change in the tender at the last moment that we had to make.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Next thing is drainage on Duties Lane. So the director gave us, the committee, an overview of the investigation into the drainage concern on Duties Lane and showed us a video of the underground piping, which, believe it or not, I found really interesting. It was really insightful to be able to see what's going on inside, I have to say. The director also met with the property owner on Monday to discuss the findings and next steps. He may not have been as excited as I was. But that's where the director is working with the homeowner or the landowner, so hopefully things will start getting figured out there. Now, I have one more thing here, and I've got to enlarge it so I can read it. Bear with me. Okay. So this came about, I'm going to say today, Director, or yesterday? Earlier week?
Over the last couple of days.
Okay. So it's a power angle blade purchase. Here's your background now. During the most recent snow event, one of the town's loaders, the 2019 Cat 950, went out of service due to an electrical issue. And as a result, staff were required to clear one of 4 routes using a truck. This approach is challenging in narrow laneways and also removes the truck from its primary salt and sanding duties. So what was proposed was to reduce this operational risk and ensure continuity of snow clearing operations. The Department of Infrastructure and Public Works proposes the purchase of a power angle blade for the new John Deere backhoe. This attachment would allow the backhoe to be used as an alternative for route clearing whenever a loader is temporarily out of service. It would also provide additional flexibility for snow clearing in certain parking lots when required. The financial consideration of this, the cost of the power angle blade is $13,463 plus HST. Now, sufficient funds are available in the other equipment budget line to support this purchase. So, and it has been a discussion, and the motion that I'm putting forward is that the town proceed with the purchase of a new power angle blade compatible with the new John Deere backhoe in the amount of $13,463 plus HST, with funds to be drawn from the other equipment budget line. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
So that concludes my take on our minutes. But if there are any questions, please feel free to ask. Director is right behind me.
Any questions?
I have one question. How far above, how far down is the pipe now from the water? What's the height, the water above the intake?
I don't have an exact number because there's ice over there now, so we can't really measure it. But the last measurement, we were just over 7 feet above the intake pipe.
Thank you.
That's,
So concludes. Oh,
that's like 5 feet of happiness.
yeah.
Better than, yeah.
Five more people would be happy.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Moving on. Recreation and Community Services, Councilor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. No motions to bring forward. I'll just give the quick update. The fireworks scheduled to take place on New Year's Eve, 8 p.m. at the bottom of Holy Trinity Lane. The winter program and events registration for the events has been changed and will now open 10 a.m. on December 17th for residents and December 24th for non-residents. Communications. The committee discussed various items related to communications and promotions of Recreation Department with programs and events. And the program coordinators are going to work with the marketing coordinator to ensure there's more promotion of events as they're happening. Update on the History House. The facility supervisor done a site visit with 2 contractors who are interested in submitting quotes for the mold remediation work and is still waiting on quotes for the project. Some staffing updates. We were updated on the continuous changing staff due to restructure of positions. And we also discussed various items as it relates to the budget and with discussion and decisions. That is the update. Short and sweet.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, thank you very much. Liaison committees, Atlantic Mayor's Congress, no update. Intergovernmental affairs, we do have a meeting coming up tomorrow with some officials from
The Infrastructure Canada.
Infrastructure Canada.
Yeah.
Program, yes. And we have a meeting coming up next week with Minister Thompson. And I guess we'll see what happens with that meeting tomorrow, and that'll spur either additional questions that we're gonna have for her, or it's gonna be an opportunity for council to have a discussion with Minister Thompson about our water situation and our funding opportunities and where we're gonna be able to go from there. We are gonna be trying to schedule a meeting with Minister Tibbs, I think, to talk about the opportunity for any additional funding we're gonna receive for this ongoing work that we're doing with the emergency pumping for North Pond. So we'll reach out to them through our MHA, Mr. Wall. So I'll have a chat with him and figure out where we go from there and try and get us on that radar. So it's busy times. They're trying to get all this stuff move forward, but you know, we're working hard on it and getting we're getting fairly good responses from these federal agencies on meeting with us, and having conversations. So, I mean, that's step one, right? So, it's all good. Jeff Arena.
Nothing further, Your Worship, other than we know the request.
Northeast Avalon Joint Council, there's nothing to report because we haven't met yet. So, hopefully that'll get rolling after Christmas and we'll be able to go there and check it out and report back, myself and Deputy Mayor. Torbay Volunteer Fire Department, Councilor Martin.
No meeting.
Okay, no meeting, everybody's too busy. Urban Municipalities Committee meeting, Deputy Mayor reported on that last time. The last meeting was at conference. So the next one will be coming up hopefully sometime in maybe March. So we'll see what's going on with that. Alrighty, notice the motion, we have none. New business, there's my sheet. Councilor Manning.
Okay, I wanted to put a large shout out to the staff at the Commons for, well, the Santa breakfast, and certainly the Santa Claus parade. And I'll go back to my two favorite little people who totally enjoyed the Santa Claus parade. So for the work and effort that went into that, huge thank you. And certainly the Santa breakfast. And I also certainly want to thank all the staff, but I'm also going to point out Director Winter behind me with what he's got on his plate there and keeping us and the town happy and doing the due diligence that needs to be done. So to all, a huge thank you and keep it up. Thank you.
Alrighty. Pass. Councilor Martin.
I'm going to repeat a lot what Councilor Manning just said. A big shout out to the Recreation Department, Director Martin, program coordinators Kelly Tapper and Ali Hollahan. We attended the Janeway concert on Friday night, Breakfast with Santa on Saturday morning, and if Breakfast with Santa is not enough craziness, they also had to reschedule the parade, make the contacts, and then the parade on Sunday night, which we watched from the bottom of the lane by my dad's house. There was 35 or 40 of us. And as the kid said, this was totally awesome. And it was, so great job.
Excellent. All right, thank you. Deputy Mayor passed. Okay, back to me. So I'm going to repeat almost what he said, but probably a couple other things. So I do want to thank, especially our staff and our volunteers who showed up to work the Breakfast with Santa, those 3 sessions of breakfast. It was great to go and get to see the volunteers again as usual and the kids and the staff did a great job organizing that and our volunteers do a great job cooking the food and helping serve it. So I wanted to say that. I also want to say thank you again to our staff and the participants who took the time to put floats in our nighttime Santa Claus parade. It was a great time. I know the deputy mayor even got comments saying that she got the mayor out walking, but she didn't really, because I've been walking the parade for, how many years have I been mayor? 8, 9, this is my 9th parade. Anyway, but I will still give you the credit.
Okay.
What else do I want to talk about? I want to